New today in Red Dead Online, 3 new Telegram missions. That is right, Cowpoke. Drop everything you're doing. Ditch your posse, ditch your friends. You got a job to do and you're doing it solo. Starting today, you can drop into the new hardcore Telegram missions. The first of 3 missions, Good and Dead. Run into Saint Denis, shoot a guy in the back. Pick his pockets, run out of town. Hardcore! The second mission, Frontier Justice. Head on down to Armadillo, blow up 3 wagons, leave town, more hardcore! And the third and final mission, Cold Day in Hell. Bundle up because you're heading to Coulter. Sneak around if you dare, or just shoot everybody in sight. Find the lockbox in one of the buildings, grab its contents, and head out of town. Max Hardcore!
Please remember that the word hardcore only relates to the minimap and the aim assist unavailable, and the word hardcore may not reflect your views of the actual difficulty of these missions. Also remember there's a cooldown on these missions of 18 to 6 minutes, depending on how fast you get the second one done. And payout for these missions is based on the normal, time-based payout. The longer you're in these missions, the more money you'll make. Access these missions via the telegram from Jay for your lockbox or post office. Once missions are completed at a lower level, they cannot be recompleted at that level.
Howdy Cowpoke, Austin BMXer. Thanks for checking out today's video. Of course, if you're going to like this video, make sure to smash that like button. If you're new around here, consider subscribing to the channel for tons more Red Dead Online content, plenty of tips and tricks, news updates, gameplay, just good old-fashioned fun. Today we're talking about the new hardcore Telegram missions that we got in Red Dead Online. They were unexpected. Of course, there are some leaks from way back when that we know there's some other Telegram missions in the game somewhere, even possibly some posse ones as well, according to some leaked and data mined voice lines from Josiah. So I was hoping we got something like that today, but nope. Today we just got 3 pretty standard Telegram missions that are pretty new to the game and allow you to, allow you as a new player to make a little bit extra money and have some fun. But other than that, not too much. So the 3 Telegram missions that we got are Good and Dead, Cold Day in Hell, and Frontier Justice. You can get these, of course, by going to your lockbox, getting the letter of the telegrams, or not a letter, it's actual telegram from Josiah, and then reading that, and it should be in your satchel. The good for these, it's new content. It's new missions for players to go do. If you are looking for something new to go do. It's also, no, you can't really make much money from it. You can do it. No, you have to do it solo. You can do it over. No, there's a time limit on them. It's got a cooldown. It's new content in the game, right? It's new content in the game. So what's the bad about these? Well, there's quite a lot, actually. Rockstar is marketing these as hardcore missions. There are 3 levels: standard, hard, and ruthless, but they classify them as hardcore because even the standard mission runs kind of like a ruthless mission, right? We have ruthless in the other Telegram missions. We have ruthless modes on Moonshiner story missions. We also have ruthless modes once you get to like rank 5 in some of the newer legendary bounty missions. That just allows you to have free aim and no player or no NPC blips on your map, right? So all of these, no matter what level you're doing, that's where you're running into. You have free aim, which isn't that big of a deal. I run free aim all the time. It's not too bad. It actually makes the game a lot more fun when you're running around against NPCs and have it a little more challenging. So that's not too bad there. Also, no enemies on the mini map. It's frustrating at sometimes, especially when Rockstar does its normal Rockstar logic and spawns enemies all over the place in random places, especially with the first one, Good and Dead. I was running away from town and there were enemies just spawning randomly, like literally right next to me and just surrounding me. So with that logic, it doesn't really work out too well. There's also a cooldown on these as well. If you do any of these 3 missions, then the cooldown will be just for these 3. These 3 are called a tough business. So if you do any of these 3 telegrams, you can't do them again for a short time. How long is that time? Well, it kind of depends, actually. I've done a lot of testing and played Good and Dead about 4 times, I think. Cold Day in Hell I've played once, and Frontier Dushes I've played once. I've been able to quickly jump back into these if you're quick on it. If you get done with one and get back into free roam, if you immediately go to your satchel, I was able to get right back into them. Now, as far as a cooldown goes, I think it's about a 20-minute cooldown, but I believe with my testing that cooldown starts when you start the mission. Because I've seen an 18-minute cooldown on it when I've gotten back into free roam when I did Good and Dead, and I did it within 2 minutes. Yes, I did Good and Dead on Roofless in like less than 2 minutes time. Just got it done. Ran in there, shot the guy, looted him, and ran out. I mean, yeah, hardcore. And I had an 18-minute cooldown. I did do Cold Day in Hell and took quite a while. Like I was using a bow and arrow. I tried to go stealthy. And then, Rockstar logic with the stealth. I was like not even around anybody, like behind trees and stuff. And all of a sudden, one guy saw me from so far away. Don't know how he saw me. It was foggy and everything. And all of a sudden, everybody knows exactly where I'm at, right? As soon as one guy sees you, like all 20 to 30 NPCs know your exact pinpoint area. Like you don't have a player blip for them, but they have a player blip for you. That's the way it usually works, which is kind of dumb. I did Cold Day in Hell and ran around and shot almost everybody with a bow and arrow. Had some pretty cool shots, had some fun. Walked into the house or the ran down cabin, right? It's Coulter, not really a house. Looted the lockbox and then bolted out of town and got it done. So I did spend quite a lot of time in there, probably about 12 minutes a time. When I got back to free roam, my cooldown was only 6 minutes. So I think the cooldown starts when you start the mission. Could be just a bug right now, I'm completely wrong, but that's the way I noticed it when I was in there. So what about payout? Yes, payout is pretty much exactly the same, or it works exactly the same as any other timed payout or any other mission in this game, right? It is time-based. Once you start this mission, your timer starts. Of course, if you go 12 minutes, you'll get 32 gold nuggets and you'll get a good amount of golden cash. I think with the couple ones that I did, I took quite a while. I got about, 25, 30 bucks. And I think you'll get a little more bonus if you do some stealthy. But again, stealth in this game is ridiculous. So that would be actually a pretty good challenge, which if you want to work on doing that, I recommend trying to get it done. But for the most part, not really worth it grinding these and making money at all, because you're just going to get a few dollars for your time there. It's much rather, use your time to go do some other things. Even it pays out as much as about as a bounty, really, like maybe a 2-star bounty at the most. I did the first time I did Good and Dead, I did it not too fast because I was kind of looking around for stuff. I made like $8. I did it again on Roofless in 2 minutes and made like $8. So money wise, yeah, not really good. So I'm not really sure where Rockstar is getting the information at that this is the kind of content that we want. I mean, it's pretty much basically exactly the same as the other Telegram missions. There's 3 different levels to it. Once you complete a level, you can't ever do it again. So now that I've done Roofless on Good and Dead, that's all I can ever do, ever, is Roofless on Good and Dead. So that is kind of dumb. They should allow me to go back and do any of the levels that I want, especially since these are supposed to be hardcore and they're free aim anyway. I'm not sure why I can't just do standard over and over again and have a little bit more enjoyable time instead of having to shoot 20 NPCs that spawn right in front of me as I'm trying to get out of town. But we'll digress. And the fact that Rockstar is always kind of promoting posses and being a posse, giving us discounts on setting up a posse. There's a bonus XP if you're always in a posse. And of course, these are solo. You cannot do these with a posse at all. We tried it with 4 people, which is usually the most you can do these kind of missions anyway, call to arms, things like that. But that didn't work. And we tried it with 2 people, which is, I think, the smallest posse that you can do. And it told us that we had too many people in our posse. Well, I mean, anything less than that is 1 person. And I don't really consider that a posse, but maybe Rockstar does. So our full lowdown on these is, go ahead and go check them out. I mean, I jumped in. I spent an hour in game today and pretty much played all of them once and a couple of them twice. And I'll probably never play them again. But at least I checked out the content, and had a little bit of fun shooting some enemies like I do all the time. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button. If you're new around here, consider subscribing to the channel for tons of over-the-line content, including tips and tricks, news updates, gameplay, just good old-fashioned fun. Hope to see you on the prairie sometime, but until then, see you later.